What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where we're going to talk about last season's modifiers versus this season's modifiers, because a lot of people are complaining about how much harder the game is this season. So don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Okay, so let's just start off the video with the premise that we all know that last season's modifiers were really good. And this season, it's not really about straight up DPS. It's obviously about having a companion. But there is a way where we can get a DPS buff. And if you've not seen one of my previous videos, you can see here that we get these passive bonuses. And when we don't have a companion out, so as you can see here, the active modifier needs to be deselected, we get double the bonus, meaning we get 30% weapon damage, we get 40% Has-Pro, and 30% skill efficiency. So how does that trade off to last season's modifiers when we take a look at the new gear that we've got and, you know, kind of compare that to the old gear? So this now kind of would be my go-to build for this season. Yes, it's not the most powerful, we're looking at you glass cannon, but also we're not taking any incoming damage. We're taking advantage of the brand new chest piece, the Equalizer, with Perfect Obliterate for some extra damage there as well, because we already know that this actually outdoes the Cheska with regular Obliterate. But that's exactly what we're going to compare it to from last season, because we didn't have the Equalizer chest. So the stats on this are 55 crit chance and 117% critical hit damage. Don't forget though, that will be 187 when we include the buff from Killer. And the only thing that we're going to compare it against is exactly the same build, but just with a Cheska with regular Obliterate. Stats on this one coming at 57 and 129. But that is what we're going to make the difference. Essentially, the difference being that obviously we get crit chance here, and we don't on our Equalizer. Wherever it's gone, we get rate of fire, so we have to compensate with mods and things like that. As far as the Cheska build goes, like I said previously, it's 57 and 129 crit damage, but that'll go up to 199 crit damage when Killer plays him. So what wins and by how much? So as you can see here already, the results are pretty blinding considering the difference. So you can see here at the top, we've got our Lexington with Killer, Equalizer, Striker, Overdogs with the Mutiny patch, which we have right now. That's our kind of base. But then if we compare it to last season, where we got the Lexington, Cheska, Striker, Overdogs, we're actually doing just over 20% more damage. 21.4% if you're hitting all headshots, 23.08% if you were hitting all body shots, but about 122% if we average them numbers out. So yeah, we were 20% more powerful last season, which is pretty crazy. But then how do these numbers look if we want to actually have the companion out? Because we will then lose 15% weapon damage. Well, this is when things get really insane, and probably is part of the reason why some people feel like the enemies are significantly stronger this season, because as well there is a global modifier buff that makes them have a huge amount of damage resistance, which I'll show you in a minute. But as you can see here now, if I had a companion out, yes, alright, he would be contributing to my DPS. But me, if we're just looking at my raw damage, I am roughly 28-29% less powerful this season, which in fairness is a huge amount. And especially when, if you look at the hostile modifiers, where is it? This one here, when you pull up against a commander with this icon, the heavily armored enemies have 60% damage resistance, which is absolutely huge. And then you look at this one here, the fire team, 2 linked enemies share 35% damage resistance and healing. So they've got a significant amount of damage resistance built in, which obviously as well is going to make you feel significantly less powerful than you were last season. I thought it was useful just to share some stats. Just so I did publish this video earlier on, but got it all wrong. I mixed up my labels. But yeah, we're looking at around a 20% difference in DPS. And that's when we've not got the modifier out. And that's really is going to be playing into how powerful people do or do not feel. That is going to be it for the video. As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.